read stuff, man. I go like that. Yeah, how you doing? Uh, I got a candle here and a little one of battery lights and another little battery light over there. I've been without power. It's the second night. I'll get into that story in a second. Then I gotta be here. I gotta be here. And what else I got now? So, couldn't get anything going. Uh, yeah. I'll tell you what. Turning off everything. When I told you a long time ago, I've told people, when the electrons stop flowing, everyone will wake up. So I went back to reading books. So I got thinking. I'm all discombobulated with this. I call them up. Okay. You know, it says the thing that says after midnight, it's the curve. And then there's that other light over there. Okay, that light, the bad storm is like tornadoes, stuff getting ripped. Tree hit the pole, hit the everything busted up. So I could, lights went off last night. I don't know, about 11, I don't know when. And then, they came out eventually. Trees in the street, poles snapped, transformer on fire. So they worked on it yesterday all night and today, yesterday in the day. It's already 3 in the morning, 2 in the morning, something. So, okay. Roads all blocked. I was telling the cop because they're letting people through because you only got one lane, that whole bit. All right, they got it done in the afternoon. I fell asleep, so I woke up. Everything's back to normal. Cars driving and stuff, so where's my electric? Now I'm part of the hookup. I'm on the other side of the street. You see where my house is and the mailbox? The other side guy, that light over there. It curves like this. I don't know what I'm doing here. It's over there. Anyhow, I got no electric, so I start calling. What's up? Oh, they're done with that, Jess. They ain't done with nothing. They must have disconnected me to cut the 2 wires, put it together, put a new transformer on, and they never hooked me up. I'm on the other side of the street. Oh, okay, we'll put a new tag. I said, don't put me on a new order. I'm part of the old order that they wrote complete. It ain't complete. I know what I'm talking about. I have electrical engineering. They didn't wire me up. I mean, how to take the pole. They got disconnected. They got a lot of work to do. Hooking up a new transformer, and then the major power down, up and down, bing, zing. Somehow they didn't get me. And I have my light pole there. You see that light pole too. Right there on after midnight. That's out too. Man, my stomach's killing me. So since yesterday afternoon till just recently, I kept calling. And they're very nonchalant about it. They say, buddy, this ain't a new order. The order on that major snafu over there, you didn't connect, you disconnected me, you never connected me back. That's on that order. Don't start a new order. You got 7,000 hours. You'll have me by mid-June. So I don't know what's going on. So that's just that. I fell asleep because up all night. I should have said, "Oh, you're back." Once I saw the pole and they were walking, I said, "You got me going?" But everyone's lit up but me on the street and my street light. So that's what I'm dealing with. And then I was gonna have one tonight, but one of these lives, but that got away. And so about I don't know, about 12:30, I said, we can't cook nothing unless you want bologna sandwiches. I got some ice to save some of the meat, but a fridge will last 24 to 48 hours. After that, the milk's going, everything's going. So, what am I talking about? So, I gotta read here. Hello. Hi, man. I gotta put out the glasses on and read it, man. Soka. Hello, hi. Soko. Hello. So anyway, I said, well, we gotta go eat, man. I mean, I ain't going to Burger King. What's out? Taco Bell. I hate that crap. But Waffle House is open. I've been using. I used to be a musician. We'd be hitting much. I've hit Waffle House all the way to L.A. and back, and up to Seattle. So I said, let's go there, and I'll get my scrambled eggs and cheese and raisin bread. And she goes for some. What was the name of that steak? A weird name. A Delmonico. I mean, it was a good steak because I'm always buying steaks for her because her stomach just eat meat and something. She said, she's cutting it with a butter knife. I said, this is Waffle House. So that was about $12, and then I got my cheese, eggs with raisin bread, and I was happy because I like the milk, those real cups they got in like diners, Oh, I just drank the coffee. So that was good. We rarely go out. I gave her two $10 tips. She must have had a heart attack. But I worked in the industry. Anyone that's worked for tips are good tippers. So we just got back, and I was sitting here. I go, what am I going to do? Look at this can. I got a can right here. And I got a little battery there and a little battery there. But if I take the can away, it'll start getting different, see? So, anyhow, that's about what I'm doing. But I'm still in powerlifting. There was a meet today. I didn't go. I couldn't go. My shoulders are killing me both. As I was driving, they were hurting, man. Just got to heal up. Funny thing is, my son-in-law calls me from Florida, says, hey, so-and-so called me. He's the head of the Powerlifting Association, IPA, International Powerlifting. He says, is Chuck coming? If he misses for some reason, I'll weigh him in tomorrow right before the meet. I mean, they were going out of their way for me, It's like one big family, you don't understand. It feels to me. I'm a loner. I'm a lone wolf. So any camaraderie is very important to me. It's very emotional. I said, wow, man, just tell them my shoulders hurt. I wanted to come. They knew I was opening up with a 320 bench. They knew what I'm going for, the 340 or 350. But they would have flipped out because I'm almost 72 now. But I said, no, don't worry about it. Tell him I don't care about the money. He comes by, he says, no, he says, we owe you one. The next meet, it's on me. What a bunch of guys, huh? The world, you got all this wickedness. You watch YouTube, everybody's mean, everybody's crazy, everybody hates everybody. I'm an old man. And I got all these badass dudes with the tats, my friends. Can you dig it? Don't worry about it, yeah. Okay, I'll tell them to get better, yeah. I'm going to do a 350. See, I did the 315 for 4 reps. And on the max calculators, that's a 250 bench. So I knew I was good for the 243 or something because it's in kilograms. And I pull 4 or 5 now, so I'm fine with it. I'm waiting for that truck to better come up. Keep calling. I'm getting more angry by it. I said, what's coming on? I keep calling up. It's been about the 8th time. When they coming? Next year? So anyway, for the electric. So I'm on hold with that. I'm doing okay. I'm doing first of all hypertrophy. When you're sore, you just do limited range of motion. You don't do your full bench. You just do, I'm doing the machines, but everything's limited range of motion. My curls are just this. I'm not going where it hurts. Oh, it hurts in here too. Very, very crazy hurt. But I'm still pumping up because I know how to do hypertrophy workouts, with lighter weight and high reps, 12 to 15 reps. And I'm getting a good kind of a circuit training workout, or what do they call it? Supersets. Pushing a pull, pushing a pull, pushing a pull. But lighter weight, minimum range of motion, so I'm not really straining anything. But then right after that, I get out there yesterday after the storm. And I got big tree limbs. I had to pick them up and throw them away out of the lawn. I can't drive through trees. You know what I'm saying? So I need to lay in the bed and not move for a month. It might help my hernia too, because why not push my hernia in every night? It stays in for a little while when I get up, and eventually, boom. But anyway, How you guys doing? You working out? I understand there's hypertrophy and there's powerlifting. They're going for strength, and hypertrophy. You will get strong with hypertrophy, but it's different. It's a different focus. But oh yeah, what was the guy today? Nick, what's his name? Nick something. The guy that got second place in the bodybuilding. He won, man. I don't have his. I can't think right now, but he won. Nick won. If you take a picture, it was a Nick picture, Nick, and then the other guy like this, some kind of straight, frontal pose. I forget what it was. Which one of them would you want to post it at in your gym? I take the Nick. Nick was dried out. He was very ripped. The other guy looked like he was 2, 3 weeks out. And he had to rip off some water, get some more dry steroids into him or something. I mean, and Nick's legs were crazy ripped, and his taper was fine. He had even them little muscles on the side going down. I point to the groin like he had less fat than my hand here. Nick won. Hope that's his name. I can't. I'm fried, man. I only got about 3 hours sleep. But yeah, he won. I was looking at like, you gotta be kidding me, man. Even Lee Priest said he won. I go by Lee Priest. He's my go-to. Because if you see his build, just go by pictures, because he's a short guy. But if you just look at the build, picture, photograph, front, back, side, any way you want to do. The guy was freaky amazing. Freaky. Big, you know? Yeah. Well, once you get in the bodybuilding, no. Powerlifting's a lot easier for me, except I get damaged. Going to power bodybuilding, let me see, I'm on this thing. No. Bodybuilding is rough. You got the workouts, you got the eating, you got the super vitamins you got to take, and there's many kinds, fellas. And they all come with something, and some don't come with nothing, but they're still coming with something. And you got to pick and choose between wet ones and dry ones, and God knows what else. And then you got to literally torture yourself, starve yourself to death. Low calories to rip down, get the dry vitamins going, steroids, and get that thin skin, and you feel miserable. In other words, you literally feel like shit, but you look unbelievable, And then you're totally weak, dehydrated, and you got to get on a stage and flex. Do a flexing, even though you know what you're doing. Watch the show and flex when they flex. It's flexing, you'll pass out. It's very tiring. No, that's its own art form. Yeah. Yeah, I'll stick with power. All I gotta do is grab it and pull it or push it or something. Put it on my back and ass to the grass, which is hurting a lot. My arms, see, I couldn't even get my arms out there to get on a board. This hurts right now, just pushing them. I'm not even lined up on my shoulders yet. So, we'll see. Oh, get on some Deca and BP 157, Charlie. Okay, thank you very much. You saw my pig's feet. That's packed with what I need to heal it. Yeah. But there's always chores. I went over to the other house to mow today, in between the rain. And I'm pulling the riding mower and the front wheel's flat. And I don't have my pump, so I got to come do it tomorrow. I don't know if you know how to do it. You tie the rope on, you squeeze the tire down, and then fill it, and it pops. Anyway, I got lots of chores. When you got land, you got property, as opposed to apartment, you got to keep working till the day you die. You got to labor things. Lawn mowing, trees down, patching roofs, some trees falling, cars and brakes and oil and all that stuff. Yeah. But I'll tell you, okay, so everything's off. I told you, electrons stop flowing, you get the awakening. Well, I got it too. So I'm sitting here like, wow, man. Yeah, because I used to live alone. I was a commuter for a couple of years from the family side, my place up in the hills. And I was living on very little money. and, wood stove and fireplaces, candles and stuff. And I read and I read and I read and I read. And I kind of dug it, man, the reading. And I got good at reading. Hundreds and hundreds of books. So I'm sitting here, and like automatically I realized there's nothing on. I'm going for the books, man. I'm going for the books. Hold on, what is it? I don't know if I can find everything. It's so dark here now. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. I got my light. You go to Harbor Freight, Anyhow, so my wife knows I like to read, so she got me these. The reading glasses. Then I put my light beams on. You can't, eh? Uh, I can read my book. Stay up there, Charlie. Here you can read. Don't come around, you crazy man. But no, it works good. Works good. If you haven't read like that, just pick something you like. See, the problem in school is they tell you to read stuff you don't want to read. Silas Mon or some other dumbass shit. I want to read what I want to read, and that's the problem. So you end up getting bored with that and having a dislike to reading, which should be good. I got blue eyes. No one ever sees them. Built for the dark. I see great at night. So, yeah. So you read. So you read stuff you like science fiction, short stories. Get the shorter the better, so you get used to reading. Once you get a knack for it, you fly through stuff. I mean, fly through it. And you'll want to just read at night. Just get a nice light up, it's right behind you. And start reading, I know it sounds silly, but the day will come the electrons stop flowing. Now, I've never shown you my other house, but the living room looks like a library. Shelves and bookcase. I mean, gotta have close to 1,000 there. And I got tons on CD too, so I figured I'll read forever. Forget about it. But it makes you see this thing we got with the TV and this here. It's an optic nerve. It's the Matrix, except it ain't the hookup in the spine. It's right through the optic nerve, and they got you, man. If you break away from it, it'll take a little bit, and then you'll just be sitting there digging on existence, and now you're taking things in and out a different way instead of just opticking onto that, and everything else doesn't exist. Yeah, it was a good wake-up call of something I know about already. But I, like everybody else, get hooks to this optic nerve and YouTube and movies, but books are good. And you go to secondhand stores, you get books they read once, or maybe they got as a gift. They never read them, brand new. If you want to make money from them, you can sell them on YouTube and stuff. Not YouTube. What is it called? What's that place? eBay. Like some guy died, so they had the whole collection of Conan paperbacks. Some with Franzetta covers. You know how much they're worth? I got them for 25 cents. Stuff like that, if that's the way you want to go to. I got a nice profile. So that's about it. So work the hypertrophy or work the powerlifting, or do a mixture of both. Do not overdo it. I compete, so I always want to better whatever I did in the last meet. So, it's that one more straw that breaks the camel's back you don't want to put on it, but you want to get off. You'll try a half a straw, maybe it won't pop. Plus, ain't no spring chicken. Most of the day I don't think about it. But every once in a while I go, Charlie, you really an old geezer. How many summers you got left, Charlie? Tom. I mean, you're an old dude, man. On the way out, you're over here. Well, yeah, what are you gonna do next? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Well, no one's coming on here, so that's all right. Is anybody watching? 2 thumbs up, 2 people watching. Yeah, I know. I didn't even write what it's about, so no one knows. I didn't fill that out. I just went online. I didn't. It's about this, that, and the other thing. 20 minutes. Yeah. So, oh, that's the other thing, man. You're all into AC, man. I'd be happy if the fan was on. I mean, it's getting hot in here. And I went out on the porch. It's nice. Of course, it's not that people don't remember, but that's what a porch was for. In the summer, the house was too hot. You go live on the porch. You hang out there all night. You roll your cigarette or whatever you got. Nip a white lightning and play that banjo. What the hell you doing? You know what I mean? We've lost the things that bring us to a different awareness. Yeah, we're lost in the matrix, fellas. Like I said, it ain't that hook up on the spine. It's right through your optic nerve, right here. I'm serious. Well, what about reading? Well, reading, you're reading the man's mind, his story. And your mind is formulating what the words mean and the actual story and the visuals. So it's different. It's more internal than just staying in this. Ever watch people watching stuff? Go to a movie house and look around. They're like zombies. You always get the one guy, he's just feeding his face. But oh, that's white folk. You go to black. I used to go to the black exploitation films in the '60s. I go by my side and give a shit. I had a hell of a time. You ain't seen a movie till you seen a movie with all black folk. I don't know about now, but in the '60s, oh man, they be talking to the screen. They weren't doing the dumb shit like now. They didn't make a riot, but they talked to the screen, and the women are hilarious. They be talking some shit. You see that shit? I had two shows going on, the movie and these people that pissing. And no one ever bothered me. It was like, hey, how you doing, bro? And it was cool. It was different. Different. It was a whole different world. So I took this Jewish friend of mine when he was freaking out because they're all talking to the screen. Yeah, there's some action shit going. And they stand up and hoot and hollering. I gotta get out of here. I said, no, relax. They're having a ball. They're coming at you, man. I had to calm his ass down. He was a tough guy, too. Stronger than me, older than me. But, some people got that thing. I said, nah, it's hilarious. I have a ball with these. The women are a pisser. They start talking to the screen. And, the way they talk that jive, it's a pisser. But that's then. Now, I don't know what the hell's going on. Everything's changed. I don't want to get into it. And I could. Really. But I won't. It's a shame. That's another thing. I read a lot. A lot of stuff that's not outlawed, but, censored. I get the book. Oh, I read books that if you're in another country, you go to jail. I mean, pedophilia. I think just political stuff like that, governmental stuff. Oh, yeah, I don't read it. I go, yeah, well, he had a good idea. They just got too mean. A lot of people get an idea and it makes sense, and then they get mean, you know? What happens if Musk gets mean and says, okay, the hell with you. I'm closing everything down. I'm with Putin. He treats you good. Can you imagine that? So anyway, I don't want to get political because this is my weightlifting channel. So I'm just going very light, getting a good pump. Instead of the machine back, I did the rows, the cable rows. That was good. But the form's killing me, so the grip is off. So the deadlifts I'm doing with the straps. That's all. The main thing is to not give up, to adjust, to adapt. You know, if I get hernia fixed, excuse me, I'm gonna strap myself to the chair, but I'll just do dumbbells. But I'm gonna do something. I ain't giving up. It's very important to keep training. Weight training is important for your body. It's a stress that put on the body. It does something. It's magical. So that's what I can tell you tonight. Yeah, people are coming and going. It's boring. I know it's boring. For all I know, you can't even hear what I'm saying. I hope you can. I'll find out when I return it. Hopefully. hopefully you get. My back's killing. I'm getting cramps in my back. I don't. Oh, I had to pick up a lot of logs today. They're all over the, limbs from trees, branches. I should put some salt in this. It'll help with the cramps, muscle cramps. Sea salt. Because if I ain't talking to you, I'll be talking to the wall. And I'll try the old lady nuts. You don't want to hear shit. So anyway, all right. Well, thanks for stopping by. Someone just came on. Yeah, I got a little bit more time. If you want to ask me something, whatever. But yeah, hypertrophy, weight training. There's more enough guys. The thing is to adapt, to keep going. Don't overtrain. And no matter what you do, you got to eat right. You don't eat right, you're wasting your time. You're wasting your time. You got to give that engine the right fuel. It ain't going nowhere. Now I have my own ideas. You should eat fat and you should eat lots of eggs and cholesterol because you got to build the testosterone, which I told you. If you're on gear, it's just the opposite. You don't need the cholesterol. It'll be excess cholesterol. That's because you're giving yourself your hormones, whatever they are, whether it's TRT, testosterone, or you're starting with some of the more artificial concoctions farther and farther away from your own testosterone molecular structure. They all have their goods and bads, I suppose. But like I said, you don't do nothing till you look like you've been on it. Because if you look like you've been on it, what people accuse, you're on something, you ain't natty. When they start telling you that and you know you're natty, your body could soak up some steroids if you wanted. But if you're young, why? It's just a why. You're in a football team, you got to heal for the next week or something. So anyway, that's about it. I don't know. Like I said, I'm by candlelight here, really. It's the second day without electric. They kind of skipped over me. I'm on city limits, so even though it looks like country, there's no one around me but woods. You'll just see a car drive by once in a while. But they're out in the boons now. They did the city and the city, so now I gotta wait till they come on back. They fixed the damage on this road, like I said, but they forgot to hook me up. I'm on the other side of the road back into the main power line. I'm sitting here like Daniel Boone. But also, like I said, it's a good awakening to get unplugged from the matrix. You're looking at me? You're listening to me? You're on the matrix. You're going through the optic nerve. You're watching TV, you're watching movies, you're going through YouTubes, whatever. It's good to cut that off and just sit there and just be aware of your surroundings and the whole bit. You'll get it'll take a while and then your brain will readjust. It'll adapt to that surrounding. And me, I go right for the books. And I said, oh yeah. Yeah, so I'm reading a sci-fi book. It's short stories. And I can't find it if I could find it. Damn, I looked for it, I couldn't find it. Give me a second. Hang on, just don't go away, man. They come and they go. What do you want from me? I can't find it. I wish I could find it. It'd be good. Anyhow. So, I read a bunch of short stories. One of them, I forget the name of it. Killing Machines or something it's called. And it was by Philip Dick, the guy Dick. He wrote, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? You know how they say dream? Think of count sheep before you fall asleep. So the short story is, Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? And that was the basis of Blade Runner. So if I see a short story by Dick, I'm gonna watch it, read it. So I'm reading this thing, and I'm getting near the end, and I go, wait a minute, this was a movie. So I'm going, wait, this reminds me of that movie. So there's a movie called Screamers. Had Peter Weller in it, the guy from, what's his name? Whatever. My mind's getting going here. It's Peter Weller, Peter Weir. Peter Weir, Peter Weller. Good actor, nice voice. He did Buckaroo Banzai. Anyhow, so I searched back to this movie, Screamers, and sure enough it says based on a short story, blank by Dick. Something PC Dick, whatever his name is. Good. If you can get Screamers, it's a good movie. Oh, yeah. Or anything by Dick. So anyway, Philip something Dick. I can't remember now. So anyway, yeah. So I got into a lot of reading. A lot of way out stuff, supernatural, mysterious. You know, people that go around the country, even in the early 1900s, they go to local papers, go through the back pages, find weird articles, copy them down on those little library card things, go search out the person, see what his story was, and you write in a book, you know. I forget the name of it. It was by Charles Fort, called The Damned or something like that, like 1910 or some shit. So important was him to this type of genre. It's called Fortrain. And there was a few other guys after that, which I can't think of right now. But one was the guy that did the Mothman Prophecies. That guy. I just can't think of his name right now. He's a favorite of mine, too. So you go from one to the other. You know how you read a book, right? You like it. It's got any of those footnotes. You go to the back of the book, see what that book is. So from one book, you get another book. That book to another book. Before you know, you got a whole bunch of these guys on the same type of genre. And it's very interesting, especially when you live up in the woods with a wood stove going. Nobody around. I'll tell you, when I went up in the woods where I was showing up firewood, I brought my big white German Shepherd wolf with me. Oh, yeah. And I'm not scared of none, but things go bump in the night up in the woods. Was like a forest. That was a forest I had. No, just trees. No, nothing on the bottom. Not a woods. Thickets, trees, and it was always a down tree, seasoned up, so I cut up. Yeah, and I built my own solar panels. They last a few years. I go on all night. Want to make any questions? Let me see. Is that what I'm thinking is? Parkour, a drama. I don't know what that means, but I'll look it up. Is that what I'm thinking about? What movies did I just watch? Oh, I liked The Gorge. That was cool. It's like a love story and action we put together. And the whole concept was bizarre, but it was good. It was good. And he falls into the can. She jumps in with a parachute right after him with her machine guns. I said, that is a badass, honey. And she's in there locking alone just with him. It was cool. It was a good little funny movie. Good movie. You know, popcorn movie. You go see a movie like that. Yeah, I paid money. I got a good time. No politics, just a movie. Oh, that other movie, Sinners, was good. I'm not into, DIE crap and all that bullshit, but Sinners was good. Check it out. Good movie. Vampires and blues guitar playing. It was a pisser. But anyhow, yeah. I don't know other movies. I'm trying to think. I should have a thing where I watch a lot of movies, man. I've been watching movies since the 50s, man. The 50s. Going to the movies since the 50s. You know what I'm talking about? 60s, I'd go every weekend. Once I start having a job, I always go to movies. My back's killing me. Yeah. You can find some good movies on, the channels and Tubi and Prime. And I don't care for Netflix too much because, they'll shape the stuff. But if it's something they just pull, you go to the ones from Europe, like Britain, Irish movies, you'll find some good movies. Almost like film noir stuff. Good horror, good supernatural ones. With the bog and the peat, things going on in the night. The old house in the woods somewhere, Those are good. Those are always good. Shot caller was good. Of another whole subject. Was that good or what? Anyhow. Alright, I've been talking. Now I got 4 P. Okay, if I keep getting P, I'm going to keep talking. I wasn't planning one. I should write down one for movies because I've been watching movies since the 40s, or the 50s. Since the 50s. Yeah. Oh, yeah. All the movies. Go, the Sunday matinees. Submarine. Atomic Submarine was a good one for me as a kid. When that one-eyed creature blinks and the guy gets cooked alive into ash. That was a trip. But anyhow, for some reason that terrified me. Anyhow, and then you got the vampire movies, the Dracula movies. Pretty good action movies. Early 60s were good movies. Everyone likes Magnificent Seven. Well, there's a movie just as good as Magnificent Seven called The Professionals. Go get The Professional, Lee Marvin, Burt Lancaster. Who else is in it? Woody Stroud. And the other guy, I keep forgetting his name. Another good actor. That was a good movie. Good soundtrack, too. Palance and Jack Palance was in it, too. It was kind of like a... It was that kind of genre of Magnificent Seven. Just as good. Good, good. Real good. Good. That's it. Go see The Professionals. Yeah, and there's always Once Upon a Time in the West. That opening scene, was it 7 minutes? Forget about it. What's up, Pops? Lights off. My lights are off. Second day. It was bad wind comes through, maybe mini tornadoes, because I saw stuff getting ripped down here. So anyway, tree went down, knocked down the pole, knocked down the wires. So it took them a whole day to fix it. But when they fixed it, they forgot to hook my line back up. So I'm in the dark right now. So I got a candle going here. And couldn't cook, so I went to Waffle House about, 12:30, 1 a.m. And that was good. Got the raisin bread and eggs and cheese. I don't normally cook out. I cook. I'm a cook. I mean, I went for a lot of money, you know. But anyway, what do you got here? I'm a night owl too. You got it. What's the weather like in PA? I'm not in PA. I'm in Tennessee, but I don't know. They had some storms up there too. It was bad. I mean, at one point I got her out of bed because my house is surrounded by big trees. They'll cut this house like a knife through cheesecake. So you really can't live. I mean, the house felt like it was going. And I went to the front door and the rain's going sideways right through the porch. And I see that tree come down and the transformer's on fire down the road, right down the road. I got 15 low battery, 50%. I got another 30, 20 minutes. So anyway, yeah. So they were working all night. They had to switch poles out, rehook up. But I'm the house on the other side. And I have an engineering degree. I said they must have, when they disconnected everything, hooking the new transformer, they forgot to hook in my side because I got a street light right above it too. It's both out. So I keep calling up. They give me the same song and dancing. Okay, good. So anyway, what's the weather like now? It's very nice. It was actually very nice today. I went up to the other house, checked the dogs, and mowed the lawn. I pulled the riding mower on the front wheels flat, so I got to do the thing with the rope. I mean, so I'll be doing all that crap tomorrow. But I was noticed it was very nice. You know, after a storm like that, the air's very clean. It was just, you have to understand, I'm in the woods, basically. There's no problem with oxygen flow here. There's more oxygen than anybody would need. You know? My house is encircled by trees, covered by tree limbs. So this is no need for electric cars around here. Maybe in the city they should make it where they have electric cars because of all the smog. You know, do you know any? Do I know any man my age that lives? No. I told the story about Stella again. I couldn't lift. I was supposed to go to meet today, and I was supposed to go to the weigh-in yesterday, but I'm really in a lot of pain, so I have to go to the next meet. And yesterday, my son-in-law calls me up from Florida. He knows one of the people that run this organization, this Powerlifting, IPA, International Power Association. And he said, hey, he's called us. I forgot his name. He says, if Chuck can't make it, tell him tomorrow he couldn't make it for somebody. He can weigh in right before the meet. He was doing me a favor, like they want me to come, to get a kick out of it. He becomes this crazy man. And he already knows my openers, and I was going to open up with a 319 on bench, which means he knows I'm going for the 330 as my second lift. So am I going for that 345 or 350 something on my third lift? So right then and there, that's going to be freaky. I'm an old guy, right? So I said, tell him I'm sore. No, he says, okay, don't worry about it. Next one's on me because I already paid my 130, but I don't care. I don't want the money back. But, yeah. No, there's no one in my division. On openpowerlifting.org, which is, they take in all the meets around the world every month, every weekend. So, yeah, this guy's my age working at lifting. Uh, I'm somewhere in the middle, but when it comes to bench, I'm ranked 1, 2025 this year. 242-pound. Raw. Wraps. What else could you look at? And go look on the bench. And I'm ranked with a 330. The guy under me's got a 285. He's from Australia. And the next guy's Czechoslovakia. But when I hit that 340, 350 next meet, they're going to cheer like you wouldn't believe. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of weight, man. That's why I'm all busted up. I did 315 for 4, which by, I checked reps to your max. That's a 350. So I was planning on at least doing a 340 something because it's kilograms at the meet today. But I was talking to a guy and he told me. And then he showed me he had a scar from here down. Ow, that hurt. I was in pain doing that. He says, Charlie, you might be able to push through it, but maybe that tendon's holding on. It's half a tendon here. It's a minor tear. And now you pop it, you're going to have to get an operation. I said, I don't got no money for a dentist to go to there. So I said, okay, let me heal up. So that's what I got to do. Yeah. They're around guys my age, though. I'm pretty good at bench, so. Everyone, what they call specialists, they call it. But really, most of the guys, right, they're known for their squat, or they're known for their deadlift, or they're known for their bench. Some are known for their totals, but they're mostly known for one of the three. So I don't know what to do. No, you don't squat every time I go to the gym. No way. When you get old, you got to heal more. But even if I'm doing hypertrophy, like, weight, bodybuilding, rep work, once or twice a week. And I'll go down even 50, 60%. I'll try to get 15 reps. I'll go for the burn. Like when I do leg press, I'm not trying to press them, but I'm going 40, 50, 70 reps. Go for the burn. But, and I've been using, that's another thing, squat bar kills my shoulders. So I've been using that safety bar squat, but it changes the angle a little bit. It's more like you're doing one of them, But, yeah, it's good. I've been using that lately. I've got to keep working out, but I got to adapt and work around my injuries so my injuries can heal. I can take the pain, but I can't afford a bad injury where I got to go to the hospital. I've been a doctor in 40 years. So I don't got that kind of money. I live on a very small Social Security. It's just that I own my property, so I'm fine. All I got to do is get food and pay my land tax, which is nothing. I don't know why these people live in places they'd have to keep working to the day they die just to pay their land tax. Not me, brother. I like free time, man. I ain't laying around. I'm doing stuff. But anyhow, yeah. Yeah, once a week. Bench maybe twice a week. I do legs twice a week. Bench twice a week if I can. But now I was really sore. I might wait. I'll adjust. If it's really hurting, I'll give it a few more days. You'll be surprised. That Mike Metzer thing is not too far from the truth. If you work out like I work out, where I'm almost ripping it off the bone, I don't fuck around. You might need 5 days to the next time you touch that particular weight and muscle group. You know what I'm saying? You have to find out how your body heals because of how it's not that you have bad genetics. You might have great genetics, but the way you're going at that muscle workout, you know what I mean? If you're sparring light with a guy in boxing, it's a little different than going toe to toe with a guy when you're both trying to knock each other's block off. You might need a little more time to heal up. You're not going back in the ring with all your head equipment on and just tapping away if you're really kicking the shit at each other. You know what I'm saying? It's different. So you have to adjust to what you're doing. But always give yourself enough rest. You're not doing nothing to you, doing yourself any favor going before you are healed up. That's been my experience. I'll take a week off. I come back. I do more. I'm stronger than when than before I took the week off. So obviously I'm still healing up, right? How long have you been lifting? I started back at 65. I'll be 72 in October. I started powerlifting a year and a half ago. I already have, with the International Power Association, I have world and state records. And I'm ranked #1 in bench with openpowerlifting.org for 2025 at 242 pounds raw or wraps bench. Hope I said that right. That's it. And I hope to punch at least a close. I'm going to do a three. I forget 350, but it's not 350 because it's kilograms. So it might be 355 or some shit. I don't know. So I don't know. I know I'll definitely be in a 240, and I'll definitely bench 250 in the gym. But the meats are in kilograms, so it might be 256. You know what I mean? So we'll see. 5 pounds is a lot of weight, but I'll see. What I'll go for is if I could pull like a 255, 355 or something. Yeah. 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 So that's how long. But within the first year, I benched 300 and I got to 330. About a year and a half. Well, I don't even think a year and a half. You can see my videos all the way back. I was so proud of a 300. Next thing it's 310. I got up to 330. I did a 335 in practice, but it wasn't meant to be. I do a lot of stuff in my house. I had a setup where I could do a negative and it come down to the chest. And the safeties are right there. And then I push up as much as I can, and then I collapse. That's a good practice for strength. If you can't even do a negative, right? Slow negative down. Bang, hit your safeties and get out from under it. You ain't benching it. See, I do like these hab practices, Can you unrack it? Hold it. I'll do that. Boom. I did a 360 with a slingshot, by the way. So anyway, you do that, and then it comes down. Anyway, that one time hitting my chest, I pushed up, and I got it. But I didn't intend to get it, and I didn't have it filmed. And my shoulders started to get real bad, so I switched to overhead press. And I kind of liked overhead press. That's fun. I wish they had something to do with that in powerlift. You unrack it. No clean. Unrack it. Bang! I got up to a 200, which was pretty good for me. But, yeah, since 65. So what is that? 5, 6 years, 6 years. But I did train before that, through the years. I was a musician too, so, and I was a martial artist too and a black belt. So none of things don't, you can't go in karate tournaments and get your finger dislocated. That's what happened. And then I was working in a Elvis impersonator band. I made good money back then. Was it the 70s? Late 70s, 80s, early 80s. I had a hell of a time playing guitar with a sprained finger. I said, man, I can't do everything at the same time, Things like that. Then I went back to school and got an associate in electrical engineering. And microprocessing was just starting. So I got a pretty good understanding of the basics of digital. The Commodore 64 just came out, the 128. Apple was starting to come out. It's a long time ago. Yeah. Okay, there you go. I spoke to one. Yeah. A guy a year ago. Yeah. He did as you did. Yeah, you can do it. Yeah. Do you have the old man strength? Yeah, I suppose so, but I've always been strong. It's old man strength, because, okay, things are changing, fellas, the bullshit with diets and skinless chicken and rice. So, are most eating a lot of fat? Are you eating a dozen, 2 dozen eggs a week? Eat pig's feet and roast roast beef stews with the fat. You take the fat off the top. I don't do that shit. I'll put dumplings in there to soak it up. You know what I mean? So a change in diets. I'm from old school eating habits. But maybe it's not old school strength, but different time, a different era of living and eating, and different attitude or something. My father never lifted weights. He told me, "Why don't you get a job me on a rail?" I'm thinking he's crazy. I was a kid, teenager. Then he took me down the shop where he worked on these trains, right? You know what a crescent wrench is? They had crescent wrenches 5 foot long. It was like this. They weighed 100 pounds. I'm working with a crescent wrench, 100 pounds all day, taking off wheels, shit. See, people had different, people worked hard. Most of the tradesmen, if they ate differently, they get a lot different muscle. They grow. You know what I mean? You're a bricklayer, you think he's eating right? If he ate right with lots of protein, meats, fats, man, he'd have forms. My father had forms like this. His pinky was bigger than my thumb, and I got big hands for a little guy. Strong son of a bitch. Nicest guy I ever meet. War hero. Went behind, they didn't call him, there was no special force then, but they went behind enemy lines to save, prisoners, POWs during World War II. They get caught, they'd skin them. So it was do or die, and he did it more than once. Yeah, I got him. He was drinking a little bit. I could start asking questions that he didn't want to talk about, and I know how to ask questions to get the real meat of the subject. But yeah, yeah. So when he died, I was in his footlocker, and there was a thank you from the Queen of England because one of these POW camps was full of British pilots. Yeah, nice guy. You could tell he was strong. I've seen him clean out a bar by himself because I used to go with him as a kid. It's one of those guys. But I mean, hit people, they go right down like they got hit with a crowbar. Like some John Wayne was like, "This is wow shit." I'm over there with my Planters peanuts and a Coke bottle, in the corner, going, "Oh, here we go." Charlie, take your keys and go and take your son. The cops are coming. I ain't get out of that many times. But really, the softest, gentlest, nicest man you ever met. I should have done him better, but you become a wandering fool as a teenager, young man. You fuck up. Have you ever heard of the John Grim? Yeah, John Grimmick. Yeah, hell yeah. I don't know if that's even golden era. That might be the era before the golden era. That was almost with Steve Reeves and them guys. Good build, right? Then they were strong back then. They were like powerlifters. They were bodybuilders and they lifted lots of weight, man. Benching what, 500 pounds or some crazy thing? That's amazing. And they had good builds too. I don't know what they were on. There wasn't all this new stuff, so I don't know. Yeah, there might have been some kind of anabolics, but what? They were on TRT, you're telling me? And they got like that? Hey, okay. Good luck, hey. I guarantee you the guys you just see, like Nick, he won, in my opinion. What was it? The Open, they're going for the Olympics. The professional bodybuilders, they ain't on just tests. They go to there's a whole bunch of other ones. During the Arnold era, they thought testosterone was toxic. They used steroids that didn't have all those symptoms that even testosterone had. But then again, they take D-ball too, and they take Primo. What was he on? Schwarzenegger like Primo and D-ball. Someone who worked at Decker in. That was it. They didn't do the test. Some maybe did, but I could read. There was a Gold's Gym, big book, and they talk about everything, exercise and all. And it gets to steroids, and they say they believe testosterone was toxic back then because of the symptoms. Now you got the anti aromatizing agents to stop too much testosterone turning into estrogen, but you need estrogen. You need estrogen. You can make your muscles from the estrogen, you know. Testosterone is basically a pro hormone, but you can't have too much estrogen, you get titties, you know. So there's a give and take, and it's all different, fellas. It ain't like what he takes you could take. So I'm telling you, don't go near the shit. If you look like you're in that steroids, but you're natty and you late old sucker maybe, or you have to. It's your sport. You get beaten up every day or something. I don't know. Maybe then, but until then, you haven't optimized your training, your eating, you know, or you're sleeping. You haven't optimized them. Because honestly, you should be able, as a natty, to get to a level that the average guy thinks you're on something. No one believes I did 330 at 66 natty, but I was. You know, I saw that one movie, Athena. What? Yeah, there you go. Let me put on my glasses. Let's see. Yeah, they were tough, right? I mean, would you be happy with a Steve Reeves build? I mean, come on, fellas. My God, right? With the yeah, right. My goodness, your voice is legendary. Okay. Yeah, when I was a personal trainer in Santa Barbara, some actors had me set up for a read for a mobster in a big movie, and I blew it because I already made a contract with the skunk works because I have a high level security clearance. I couldn't break it. I was so pissed off. That's another whole story of my life. But anyhow, could you say you're digging in me for me? Whatever that means. You're digging me. You're digging in me for me. Okay. John Mendoza, how you doing? Yeah. Did he look good or what? A long period of time. Johnny, is this who I'm thinking it? No, can't be. Really? Long period of time. If it's who are you the dude? You in Florida? I have to ask my wife. She's asleep. You asleep, ma? Is John Mendoza the guy in Florida? The student? I don't know. What's up, you freaking beast? Yeah. I'm by candlelight, man. My lecture's been out for 2 days. Big storm trees down, okay. And I keep calling him, hey man, you forgot about me. You're out in the country now, but I'm in the city. No, I'm not really in the city. It looks like woods, whatever. But in these little towns, I says, now you're out in the country. You didn't hook me back up, man. So this is a candle right here, and I got 3%. So it's going to turn off soon. I got no electric because I could have plugged it right in and kept talking to you dudes. Oh, you're in the Rio Grande Valley in deep South Texas. Hey, I've been to Big Bend, man. I tell people if I had a choice between Big Bend and Grand Canyon, I'd go to Big Bend. That place is mysterious, man. I'm watching you from Australia. Wow, man, Australia. The outback looks very beckoning to a guy like me. I like those movies from Australia, man. In the outback and stuff. I love them. I love them. I do. I do. And I like your directors from out there. They're kind of slick. So, Donna, Texas. Donna, Texas. John Mendoza, Donna, Texas. All I know is I remember I'd get to Fort Stockton. I left south. And I had two dual tanks, and I used them both to get down to Big Bend. But if any of you want to go to a wild place you never believed was, because you think Texas just plains, baby. You get down to Big Bend, you feel like you're on another planet with the hills, the rocks, the mountains. It's amazing. And then you got the Rio Grande. You go on the Rio Grande, you can go out there. I forget how you get there. I remember we were walking along and these big cliffs, like some out of some movie or something. It was unbelievable. I travel a lot. We had an RV. If it was YouTube then, that would have been my channel. Where is this crazy family going next, you know? Which state is your excerpt from? I don't know. Well, I grew up on Long Island. So I'll have a Bronx, Brooklyn accent along with a Boston accent mixed up. Some words are Bostonian, that kind of thing. This message held over for review. Let me see, view message. I'm about 40 minutes away from Space Earth. Well, I kind of like the guy because, I'm an academic. I used to be a geek, winning the science fairs and all that shit. And he just blows my mind. This he's one of them scientist dudes. So I dig Musk. I mean, the he's got his own philosophy with women. And how many kids you got now? 50 kids? But hey, he talks to NASA. The guy, you're nuts. You can't build an engine like that. He goes, you want to bet? He reviews these engines, come back down and land. He fills them up with gas again or whatever, and takes off again. And NASA drops them in the ocean, let them sink their bottom to sea. You know what I mean? So you got to admit the guy's smart. You got to admit he's smart, right? You got to admit he's smart. Running, starting string, Noah's program. You failed your deadlifts. Well, what do you mean you failed them? So you didn't pull it. So that's all right. Yeah, he's weird, but I like him. I like the original Tesla was weird too, man. He had all these pets. He had all these patents with Westinghouse, and Westinghouse going broke. So instead of making a deal, look, you don't have to pay me my royalties till you get on it. He just gives them all the royalties. Don't worry about it, man. He dies in a motel room, poor Tesla. Anyway, yeah, did 3 reps instead of 5. All right. Well, if you had a twinge in your pec, you shouldn't have had it. You shouldn't have been flexing your pec. You should have had your lats pulled down and your shoulders way down. But don't flex the pec. Just relax the pec, lock the lats in, and go down as far as you can with your arms. Let them just hang there like ropes. Don't do any. You know what I mean? You can pull your lats in to get your back in. You must have did this thing like I know what you did. I know what you did. I gotta constantly keep my arms down, or I start doing like a trap raise. Yeah, do that. And if you did 3 instead of 5. What are you doing? 5 for 5? Okay. Well, do 3 for 3, man. Forget the 5 for 5. Do 3 reps of 3 sets and drop back 10 pounds. When you can get the 3 reps of 3 sets, you add 5 pounds, 2.5. The smaller the steps, the more you ain't gonna crash and burn. You do not want to crash and burn because then you got to reload, start all over again. You're gonna eventually hit a wall, but you don't want to crash and burn. So you ain't adding 5 pounds every week. 5 times 52 weeks? Are you kidding me? Add it up. So you mean so every 2 3 weeks, 3 sets of 3. When you get them, add 5 pounds, start again. 3 3. You get 3 3 and 2. You keep doing 3 3 till you get 3 3 3. Then you're ready for the next level. You ain't ready to add weight till you're proving you should add weight. Not because your program says add weight. You got to wait till your body's ready to add that weight. Whether it be form, voltage from your head, or your actual muscles, tissue. Trump's uncle, right. Trump's uncle, right. You're right about that. Yeah. Yeah. My pecs are overdeveloped compared to my legs. Well, I bench more than I squat. So my focus is on my squats now. My deadlift's coming along, but it's more of a coordination. It's a whole thing with the squats. I mean, the deadlift. Squats, I have a hard time getting the bar what I want because my arms don't want to put it where it's supposed to be. But other than that, yeah, leg press is good for squats too. But do reps. Go for when you think you can't take the pain anymore. Do another 10 reps. You know. But deadlifts I like just working singles until maybe 80, 90%, and then do a single, rest, do the same single. To me, I like doing singles. I'm nuts. I mean, I'm pulling 4 or 5 a week now, and that's really it should be my PR, but I must be more now. We'll see. But my legs are weak, so 4 or 5 ain't nothing. Yeah. Please give me a schedule. I have to write that up. Right. Your bench will blow up, focus on doubles and triples. Right. Yeah, not 10 reps and 12 reps. That'll build your muscles. So you can fluctuate between the two. You feel you're hitting the wall on the strength, the singles, the low reps, 5, 3, 1s, threes, and twos. Do some body work, 10 and 12 reps. Now you should know what your PRs are, so you just drop back down to like 50, 60% and do 12 reps and do sets with that at high reps. Get a good pump going. Take some creatine, nice spaghetti dinner so you're carved up real good when you go to the gym, you know what I mean? And you'll puff up. Creatine works, but I can't stay on it long because I get swelling in my ankle. So, but creatine works. It'll help you out. It's neither here nor there really, because you could just carbohydrate yourself up, and load up on glycogen, and boom, you know, eat a lot of fat. All right, fellas. Now that I got you all here, I got 3% on the machine, so I don't know how I do this. I'll just keep talking till it turns the frig off. So my pen, yeah, yeah, yeah. With your pecs, what are you doing? A lot of butterflies. Wednesday is Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Monday, Tuesday. Yeah, I think it's shutting me down. Yeah, that's a good schedule, but you can adjust. Sometimes I do twice a week. That's it. I might only do top once a week. I might do bench. I might do bench twice a week and legs twice a week, but that's it. But sometimes I stretch it out to 2 weeks. Nothing says it has to be a week. You can make your schedule within 10 days. 10 day schedule. You know what I'm saying? Instead of a 7. Why it's got to be 7 days? Maybe you'll be better off at a 10 day schedule. You know what I'm saying? Always adapt. That's the whole thing. You don't give up, and you adapt. I go to gym, I feel like crap. I'm an old man. I mean, it's like, what am I doing, man? And my shoulders are sore. I spent 20 minutes with the rubber bands trying to get lubrication in my shoulders. And then by the time I get out of there, I'm like a raving maniac, all pumped up, looking good and shit. And I go home, eat a bunch of eggs, and feel like a young man. Bar the old lady, just get out of here, crazy. So I'm just saying, right? I can't read. It's so far I can't read it. Now it's dimmed. It's dimmed on me, fellas. We'll have to do this again. What's today? And when is today? Ma? It's Saturday. I'll try to do another one next Saturday, right? I'll do something to notify you guys. I can't even read the last thing. It's so dark because I'm down at 1%. I gotta go, fellas. Lift hard and heavy, and eat hearty, and take care of yourselves. And get out of the matrix once in a while, okay, fellas? Love you all. Thanks for coming. I gotta go. It's like, I can't even read what you're telling me, man. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. It's, you know what I mean? It's cut down on the light, and it's like zippity doo dah. I bet you I'm 1%. Now I got no electric, so I got to go out in the car, right? Turn it on. You know how you got the thing and the thing and the thing and the thing. All right. Good night, fellas. Oh, good morning. Bye bye. I think I turned it off. I don't know what I did. I don't know. It's still on. How do you turn this friggin' thing off? I don't know. I thought that was the turn off. Oh, God. How do you turn it off? I don't know. Oh, there it is. Bye, fellas.